While 28-year-old Nia Chloe Bowman was an undergraduate at Babson College, she already knew getting out of student debt in a hurry was top priority.
I had roughly $20,000 in student loan debt. I remember in my accounting class, I projected out how much my student loan liability could have been, and I did not like the number. It made me very scared.
Under a standard 10-year repayment plan, that $20,000 could have ballooned an additional $5,000. So when she graduated in 2019, she set her sights to pay it off fast.
I already knew that I wanted to pay off my debt within 2 years of graduating, just because I knew that was the cheapest option for me.
And it didn't even take 2 years. Bowman getting herself debt-free in just 16 months.
I felt like that was more of an accomplishment than my actual degree.
Her advice for others: first, visualize your debts.
Put it on a piece of paper, back of an envelope, get an Excel sheet if that's what you like to do. Just write it all down. A lot of people don't like to even know how much they owe.
Next, arrange for automatic payments where you can.
So I had a bank account for bills, a bank account for personal spending, and 2 savings accounts. So I was able to have all of my money that was going towards my bills into my bills banking account, and then my auto debit was linked to my bills banking.
And if you're wondering if you should refinance your loans, her advice is clear.
If you have federal loans, do not refinance. Don't do it, because you'll lose out on the federal protections.
Yeah, that's really important advice. It can be different if you have private loans. Nia Chloe now shares her budgeting strategies with hundreds of thousands of followers online and says whatever sacrifices you have to make, the freedom of being debt-free is worth it in the end. And she just did an incredible job really focusing on this and paying it off.
And she said, write down your debts, which a lot of people, she
you
said,
gotta
which
see
she's right,
it.
are
Don't
afraid
be
to
scared.
know.
You have to know.
Yeah, afraid to know how much you owe. But for many viewers who don't have a high starting salary or a big windfall coming their way, what does paying down a student debt, look like?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not easy. You come out of college, you get your first job, you're paying your rents. There's a lot of things to think about there, but very small increases in that minimum payment can amount to very large dents in your debt. So that modest extra monthly payment, it really adds up. If you put $100 a month in extra payments towards a $10,000 loan, you could save yourself huge amounts of time in that payoff schedule, as much as 4 years in the payoff schedule. You can also ask the servicer to apply the extra to your principal. So whoever gave you that loan, apply the extra to paying off your principal. That will allow you to pay it off much faster.
And hopefully there are no prepay penalties either.
Exactly.
Right?
So you want to know that you want to make sure you get in the weeds on what the actual details are and have a conversation with your bank.
Okay. Is there a point we're just trying to pay off these student loans early just is not a wise financial choice?
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons that paying off student loans early might not make sense. First of all, if they're from the federal government, they usually come with a lower interest rate. So they're going to actually be cheaper than some other forms of debt like credit card debt. If you have a huge amount of credit card debt, make the minimum payments on your student loans, but really focus on paying off that high APR credit card debt. You have to think about the trade-offs also. If you don't have emergency savings, you want to have 3 to 6 months of emergency savings that can cover you in the event of something medical or a job loss. So focus on that, and also make the 401k contributions. If your company offers that, that's money in the future.
Take advantage of it.
Absolutely, because they're paying you essentially with that money.
That's called free money, I guess, in some ways.
Take it.
All right.
You work for it, but you got to take it.
Great advice. As
Thanks,
always,
Michael.
Rebecca, really appreciate you.